Hello everyone, I am RedBeast13, the Dungeon Master here for the Lost Tales of Ardaithe. Welcome back to another session. This is going to be a different session than we normally have. This is going to be primarily social activities that our party's up to in some downtime. Joining me, we have the boy playing two heads right now. We got Walkman EXE, who plays James Hargrove, and Kazel Dran.
Hey, what's up? It's going to be delightful, and I hopefully won't die this time.
Schizophrenia for the win. Up next, we have my twin brother, who's finally got his computer back up and running, so he doesn't have to borrow my mic. We have Storm Sage 13 playing Roland Ashkeeper.
If I seem low energy this session, I apologize. Work was hell and a half.
That's relatable as fuck.
That's a big mood, as the young kids say. Speaking of young kids...
Speaking of that, yes, we have Josh Kaposh playing Zoris Asphira, our monkey boy. Hey, Josh.
No one says big mood anymore, Walker. God, I can't believe you're so old. Wow.
Wow. Josh turned into Star for a second. What the shit? The amount of times Star and Zammy call me old makes me start to feel old.
Walker older than you by a year.
God bless the fact that neither of you are in their server.
Yeah. No, we're old. We admit it. Also, Storm is like a Mox brother in a young man's body. But that's all I'm introducing this episode because as of recording, it is December 29th. Risk is unfortunately not feeling well today, and Hawk is actually away with family for the holidays. I will be meeting with them one-on-one to do the social session stuff. But, yeah, so they will not be joining us this session. However...
I'm playing the world's smallest violin there.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Risk, we hope you feel better soon, and Hawk,
Yeah,
we hope you had a great time with family.
Yeah.
That sounded so sad.
Storm, I hate you sometimes, but that was amazing. However, when last our tale was told, the party known as the Lazarus Guild completed their mission to recover the artifact known as the Ivory Clasp, a dagger of incredible power and one of the fragment of the Foregone. In doing so, they managed to defeat and kill the leadership of the Crimson Hounds, and thought it was best to make camp at their base for the night. During the night, Damon was beset upon by nightmarish visions, seeing demons running up and attacking him. In his dreams, he fought back against them, only to wake Aki and Zoris with attacks as he was making against them instead. The noise got the attention of the rest of the party, and they tried to restrain him or hold him off. Suddenly, in Damon's dream, he heard a booming voice declare, "Be gone!" And all the monsters vanished, and only an old man stood in front of him, warning Damon that he brought something dangerous with him. They summoned Eric Rowan, aka Theobald, of the Council of Amidst, learning that the keep was once home to a horrible necromancer seeking lichdom. But Eric assured the party that he was unsuccessful in his pursuits, claiming that he died 300 years ago. The party decided, no, and left immediately to return home to the Centerforge. So, everyone, you have a week. What do you want to do?
First thing all he wants to do is minor illusion some slideshows and get copy speed on everything. Okay. Basically, he's binging Walkman EXE's channel.
Yeah, which y'all can check out at any time. Go to YouTube, Walkman EXE. I actually have playlists containing Lost Tales of Ardaithe, Platinum Watch, and Legends of Stone Harbor.
If you're watching
one too.
So if you guys want to catch up like causes, don't forget to like and subscribe.
I mean, if you're watching this, you're already here.
Fair enough.
So you might as well buckle down for the rest of the ride.
This isn't even a shameless plug. This is shameful.
No, it's not even. It's absolutely it's my channel. I'm going to tell them to watch my shit. Go watch it.
Or else we
know where you live.
Do I?
I mean, I don't, but I have.
Oh, okay.
I can roll the dice and find out. I can divine it as one would use oracle bones.
We have ways.
And those ways are the oracle bones.
So yeah, Olin's just like taking some time, just casting Minor Illusion, and this is us fighting the Glabrezu. This is us fighting vampires in some guy's foyer. This is James fireballing himself again.
Kaz is just taking very detailed notes of the entire encounters.
That guy had magic tattoos that worked as his arcane focus. That was weird.
Yeah, that is really weird. You don't happen to have like him lying around by chance, do you? I'd love to actually study that for the.
Not anymore. He got stolen.
See, this is why y'all should put a lock on wherever you're keeping your dead bodies.
We did.
So I'm gonna advise James to invest in a magic lock because those can only be opened with a knock spell. And,
really?
Yeah.
Orlin, question.
Which I have, by the way. I can learn you.
Orlin gets this like look of like figuring out something before he like pulls himself away from his walk. Was that?
How much of Ramari do you tell him?
Well, Orlin doesn't know Kaz well enough to trust him with the secret that he's the King of Thieves.
Okay.
So he lets him know about what they did with the King of Thieves, but he doesn't clue him into that just yet because, again, no offense, but we just met.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. So Kaz is just sitting there, wow, I can't believe you all captured the false King of Thieves. Well, I guess the rumors are true that he is super dead.
Yeah, super duper ooper dead.
Kaz just nods and goes, so is there anything else you wanted to go over with me? Like, I appreciate... I mean, you're paying for the coffee, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, cool, because I'm not really... I don't have a budget right now.
I stole the coffee. I'm kidding. That's like nothing to...
Okay.
Actually, I want to talk to you and Zoris about possibly. This may have come up before, but as I mentioned before, there was a thieves guild that kidnapped my daughter a while back for some sort of weird ritual involving Cyric and Eclipse.
Ah, cool.
I'm hoping to steal her back. Finding the guild themselves, as we are now, might be out of our reach, but hopefully we can at least stall them.
Got it. So you want us to work with you to find them?
If you're willing to.
What's the pay like?
Anything you guys find in the Daggers of Night's lair is yours. I just want my daughter back.
Neat. I would also like 10% of the commission.
Commission?
I've heard people say that before, and I'm assuming that it means that we are getting paid.
Storm, let me just get something up for you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is a sanctioned mission by the council, right?
No, this is more of a personal project of mine. Give me them numbers, Red.
I guess I can settle for going after the treasure that they have.
I mean, I don't know if Cyric means anything to you with your Bahamut worship, or...
I mean, look, I'm not... I worship my god, and I hold true to the practices and rites, but I'm not a paladin. I'm not going to go out there and crusade people just because my god, like, is one of draconian justice. Like, you don't see me out here being like, oh, hey, Roland, you were jaywalking, time to break your kneecaps.
That seems a bit extreme, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
not all draconian law is like that. It just depends on the aspect. Like, some dragons are more lenient in their punishments, and others are, well, draconian.
yeah. So, like I said, anything you guys find at the Dagger's hideout would be yours to keep. No bono, no need to share with the council, unless we find something that we think we might be able to get a reward for.
In which case, I call dibs on the reward.
Fine by me.
Sweet.
Oh, and these guys might have bounties.
I'm not really a bounty hunter, but interesting.
I'm saying if you end up killing them, might as well collect on that. I mean, they're pretty high-ranking thieves guild, but again, we have a week to prepare, and I'm actually looking to commission a scroll or two. So,
neat.
Yeah. One of them is actually a gift for you.
There's that word again. A what?
You? You. It means.
No, I understand. I understand pronouns.
Okay.
Gift. This is twice now. People have said this thing. Kaz just shakes his head confused.
It's something that you want to give someone just by virtue of being nice or generous, or think someone's swell and you want to pay them the favor for their company.
Kaz is taking exceptionally detailed notes on this now.
It's not something someone expects you to return in kind. It's a show of I appreciate you as a friend and an individual. Here, take this as a token of our friendship, sort of gesture.
Interesting. So a gift is something you don't have to pay back.
Unless you feel inclined to do so, but typically it's understood that you don't have to.
Neat. And just to go ahead and double check, the gift I got from Gwen was actually a scroll of plane shift, right?
It is. She gifted it to you as something she was intending on giving later, but with how it seems you two were separating, she felt it was best to give now.
And then I can inscribe it in my spellbook once I'm at that level. Got it.
Yes.
Well, I think you could inscribe it now, but you won't be able to cast it until you reach that level. Is that correct?
Technically, because the work of inscribing requires testing the spell, like actually practicing it, consuming material components, and learning the best way to cast it, it would require me to have Arcanum of that level in order to inscribe.
Oh, that's something I've been doing incorrectly in my games.
I mean, it depends on your interpretation, but the way I read the player's handbook basically made it sound like if you're testing how the spell works, it kind of would help to be able to cast said spell.
I'm just like, as a DM, I'm just that dick that just gives my wizards like high-level spell scrolls and for them to go, oh, sick! I can't wait to cast this, and like 6 more levels, and let's make them wait. But yeah, that does make sense. So yeah, and is Zoas here too, or is it just Roland and Kaz just having coffee?
We can say that Zoras is coming on this.
We ordered him a tea because caffeine stunts your growth.
But I am perfectly tall enough, I think.
Kaz just pats your head and goes, no.
I'm average for my age.
Well, you average for tieflings.
What is the average height of a tiefling?
I mean, tieflings are normally, I think it's between. I think it's human height, but I feel like I want to say like they're shorter. I don't know. Let me double check.
I'm on it right now, actually.
The miniverse. So I might be like over average for my age.
How tall is Zorus?
I'm 5'7".
With the horns?
Then yeah, you're average. Yeah, you're average.
With the horns? I have no idea what it is with the
5'8" with the horns.
It's like how Hiei has 2 heights if you count the hair.
Oh god. So I came in on this in the something.
Yeah, you'd be about average. They're the same size and build as humans.
Yeah.
Which means tieflings have the capacity to be like 6 foot or 7 foot, depending on genetics.
All right. Oh god.
I would laugh my ass off if there was like a tiefling with like parents that were like 5'5" and he was like 7'2".
Classmate who was like that.
Would die laughing.
He was a tiefling. Be back.
DM disappeared. What do we do?
Oh no.
Stop. Oh my god.
Go away, notifications.
Yeah. Is there anything else that Roland wanted to discuss with Kaz?
Yeah, because Roland just wanted to ask about Soul Lady, actually. Like, just...
I mean, sure, I've never been there before, but...
Oh, Kaz, sorry, Zorus.
There we go.
Sorry, I got a lot of things that were just, like, popping up on my end for no reason.
Oh gosh.
Zorus, describe your town to us.
Tell me about your childhood.
I was an orphan. I was about to say I didn't have parents, but that's the meaning of being an orphan. It wasn't a very special town. The main big thing was always the big temple where all the Sun Soul monks would all come together. Normally they'd go around trying to collect money and stuff, and they were kind of like the highlight around town. We didn't have a lot of like very big landmarks or anything. It was just always the temple. That's what I remember, and I spent my life in the temple. So as far as I know, it was a very great place, except for the little slums areas. Is there anything specific you would like to know?
Actually, about the temple, like, how'd you get your monk training?
Tell me about your slums.
Imagine Kaz just gets super close, like, how are your slums, bro?
Well, the temple.
Wait, but this doesn't answer my question.
We'll get to yours.
I was orphaned, and so eventually a monk found me and brought me in because I didn't have a home. And that was my master of gold. And so he brought me in with this large group of monks, all like little trainees. That's what I call this. That's not what we were called. But we all learned things in our own specific ways. Some of us liked this peace of quiet of meditating, and that's how they control their monk abilities, and that's how they became who they are. And then for me, it wasn't never that way. Whenever I got into that silence, I couldn't help but feel like this energy start to pulse in me that I didn't know how to control. And
so... you're ADD.
Sounds more like ADHD to me.
Yeah, ADHD, yeah. There's can't the orphanage with that.
Oh,
What a miss.
Olin asked about Kaz's home so nearly, and Kaz asked about
Zorus.
Zorus. How did you do that?
Twice. Did it twice.
He's had a long day at work.
I was supposed to get relieved like 4 hours ago. The guy never showed. Long day.
Red, are there slums in Solele? I assume there are.
That's all where you were before Behold picked you up. There was also, as you understood, there was a negative particularly where you grew up, there was a negative reaction to your wings growing up.
Okay.
But it seems as though they were more tolerant and accepting of that aspect of you in the temple.
Yeah. Weird question. No reason except for someone else asked. What were the slums like?
Tell me about your slums.
Let me go over the map.
Describe to me in great detail what they were like and what the demographics were.
I feel as though you're trying to bait something. Soleil is fairly close to a port town. They're a trade city, so there's a lot of people who come there to try and start a new life. Some of them succeed, others fail miserably, and just kind of just sort of end up by the port sections. So most of the trade happens towards the ports, but also there's a section of the ports that is sort of notorious for it being the lower class, lower housing section of the city.
I portray all of that to Kaz.
But more awkwardly.
As you're talking about the poor section and the lower class section and how it's just kind of this collective of people that are not of the wealthy variety, Kaz takes exceptional note of that.
Soleil isn't a particularly wealthy city as a whole.
Kaz takes exceptional note of that.
It's more modest living than anything else.
Yeah. And so yeah.
For Zora's perspective, since you started traveling with this group, Das would have been the first big city you went to, but the Centerforge eclipses that tenfold.
Whoa. Okay. So
It's kind of like a guy from all Pennsylvania comes out to New York, basically.
It's kind of, yeah.
So basically, whatever would happen if we took Zach to New York.
Oh, Zach!
His brain would explode.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
Take him on the subway for just 2 stops and just see him just like.
Where are we now?
I'm just kidding.
We should totally.
We love you. We love you, Zach. We're just being mean.
Please be watching this.
Zach occasionally watches videos for the recap. Very occasionally.
So you guys should all come to Soleil sometime. It's very cool. It's a very great place. Maybe not the whole city, but the temple, very cool. Very nice. Yeah.
Neat. Awesome. So if we're all going to go to Soleil, I think at some point I need to take y'all to Sorrentis.
I mean...
Believe it or not, I've been there once.
I look at him and I go, yeah, you do remind me of one of our janitorial staff. Weren't expecting that shit, were you?
Hey,
Kaz has no diplomacy, but he can clap back.
Well, I wasn't trying to clap back.
No, it's fine. Kaz is just Kaz is full-time stoner, part-time salty.
No, do we know?
I want to see something right quick.
No, do we know?
That's a 9 in charisma.
Yeah,
no, do we know? Olin was disguised as a janitor as he was casing the joints.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. I was just making a crack at you.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, imagine if that was what he was doing. I wasn't saying that's canon. I'm just saying.
If it was, that'd be great. Like, Roland just gets that intent look, like from anime where they got the hands folded. And they're just like,
like, oh my god, does he know?
It's funny because James and Kaz with no stories of the Thief King stole a guard golem.
Yeah, but it's gonna take Kaz a while to put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, absolutely.
Without context, I'm not gonna Sherlock Holmes this thing where I'm just like, by the hairs that you have on your right gauntlet, I can tell that you have not always been this shade of your hair has not always been this shade. It seems to be older, from a gentleman of 70s at best. And just starts like deducing. I'm not gonna Sherlock Holmes it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just because Roland and Kaz have intelligence of 20 doesn't mean they can Sherlock Holmes shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Sherlock Holmes has an intelligence of 26.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes doesn't have an intelligence of 20. Sherlock Holmes is an intelligence of 20 that's also metagaming.
It's transcendence.
He's a player that also has the DMG as he's playing.
Ow. I feel attacked.
No, as a player, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a player, and he's basically metagaming, like Red said.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So what else would y'all like to discuss?
Roland is going to, after getting all that information, going to excuse himself politely, and is going to go up to commission those 2 scrolls I talked to you about, Red.
Okay. Just checking, because I know you mentioned you wanted to ask. Did you ask Zoris about it?
Oh, yeah. I asked Kaz about that, about joining Roland on the whole quest to save his daughter thing. I didn't get an answer from you, Zoris. Even I think you were here too, but I think I asked you in like one of the audio sessions. I just don't remember.
I mean, I'm here to help with whatever.
I really do appreciate that, and if anything does go south in this, I do not blame any of you if you choose to abandon shit and run, so long as my dog gets out and if I'm left behind.
These are very specific circumstances.
I know. I just don't want anyone else getting hurt from my bullshit.
You mean like Kaz was? I mean James was? I remember who I am. I feel like Kaz says that out loud.
Drink your coffee, Kaz. Drink your coffee. It's been a long...
Okay, yes.
You've been a long day on the road.
Kaz picks up the coffee. He's like, all right, fine. I will subsist off this dirty bean water. And he drinks the coffee.
Red, how does my tea taste?
Well, Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
The Gasp Assassins!
It tastes like poison.
Damn it, why'd they roll in there?
No, I'm kidding. It tastes delicious.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a 3, so...
You found a fly.
You burned your tongue, but it tastes good. No.
I can't burn my tongue.
Exactly. You're teething.
Yeah, they steeped it in 400-degree water.
It's actually lava.
Tastes like home.
It tastes like a furnace.
This actually raises an interesting question. Does hot tea to tieflings taste like just cold tea?
I feel as though they can taste that it's hot, but it doesn't bother them. Like, they can go to town on hot wing night.
Oh my god, I want to make a tiefling who just drinks coffee, but it's like he'll be like, I would like 5 shots of espresso, and they'll be like, cool, and he'll just get it and just down it, and the group's like, what the heck? And he's like, I feel no pain.
Imagine being able to eat a Hot Pocket right after it comes out of the microwave.
Oh, you've taken it to an entirely different level that I wasn't thinking of.
Hold on, we're talking like you're level 20?
No,
this is a level 1
first level.
Oh my god.
Too much power. Please enough.
I just want to make like a modern day comic strip where Tiefling gets Hot Pockets out of a microwave and just eats one, and his roommate's like, "Oh my god,
he's taking elemental adept feats."
What sorcery is this?
Just a bog standard human looking at his roommates. That's just a Goliath and Air Genasi.
I wonder what's weird about this situation.
Anyway. So he's going to go get his scrolls commissioned. We've agreed to help him with his daughter.
Yeah.
Since they were having this thing, I would like to ask DM if I could transition to what James is doing.
Certainly.
So you said that I circulated it in... We said that I circulated in 3 areas. I circulated it in the Centerforge, in Wyshard, and I sent some back to Dewmeyer.
Yeah.
Can I check in with... Could I have, like, sent them a letter to have the heads of business, like, come here?
Sure. Hold on, I'm just trying to find some notes that I had on this.
Like that when the first profit yielded, they all meet with me?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So I just realized all I'm describing is a shareholders meeting, but yeah. So yeah, I think James will invite them over to the keep.
Okay. Question: is it James that meets them?
It will be Spit and James's James, but with the hat of disguise person.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because you all heavily discussed this last time. I want to make sure we get.
Yeah. Spit is the beneficiary of my potions business, so he will be the front man, but James under illusion will be the talk guy, the speak. So, he who do the speak words.
Before they arrive, Spit just turns to you. They're arriving today, right?
Yes, they will be arriving today. So I will.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
He leaves the keep. About 45 minutes later, Spit returns in a nicely made suit to present himself in.
God, I must meet your tailor. This is exquisite.
He was very scared.
That makes a lot of sense. I can see why he put such attention to detail in it. Fear is an excellent motivator. I will go ahead and get changed myself. And James goes and picks a few odd items out of his traditional wardrobe. And throws them on before putting on the hat of disguise to kind of like change the overall appearance of himself and some of the stuff that he's wearing.
Okay, what are you disguising yourself as?
I am disguising myself as a half elf, but it is more like half elf, half tiefling, not half elf, half human.
Okay, so like a tiefling with more elven features.
More like a elf with more tiefling features. He's got like the pointed ears, but he doesn't have like a tail or anything like that. He does have some small horns. His eyes are they have like black, the whites of his eyes are black, and his eyes are a more traditional elfish color. He has blue skin, some freckles, and his canines are slightly elongated.
I was about to ask, mechanically, does this function as a half-elf?
Half-elf, yes.
I was about to ask, wait, that's that, but it's an illusion, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if it were a class, it would function more as a half-elf. This is just more of an aesthetic choice.
Okay. So about 20 minutes later, the first representative shows up. He's from the Redeemer's Hand Guild.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am certain you have met my employer, Master Spit, already.
Oh, yes. We've, I believe we met briefly. Pleasure. I am apprentice, this Amadeus. Pleasure. And, your name is?
Oh, yes. Where are my manners? I am Gaius Trevelyan. Performer, entertainer, current business negotiator.
And, I believe we have an appointment for Mr. James Hargrove.
Yes, unfortunate news, I'm afraid. James Hargrove has passed from this mortal plane. Such tragedy, such horror. It was unfortunate.
Oh, that's so sudden. I'm so sorry.
Yes, often it is too soon. For anyone, life is fleeting. So brief, stops in an instant.
Because it's James talking about his own demise.
Gaius
this is not a deception or a persuasion check at all.
And I feel like during this, like, of course, Gaius is very different from James. James is kind of a very impersonal person, so for Gaius, he's really having to put on an act. Like, normally he would not lay hands on another human being. He'd just be like, handshakes, yes, good, don't hug me. But he's like got his arm wrapped around this guy. He's like, yes, gone in a moment. Anytime for tomorrow, you could be drinking a nice cup of tea and then tragedy.
Yes.
He just sat on the counter and licked the entire time.
Josh.
He seems almost taken aback at like the energy conflicting with the information, but it's like, is there anyone that is handling his affairs?
Oh, yes. So the efficient of his will, as it were, actually falls unto myself. We were not, I guess what you would say, particularly close. I met him during his time at Serentis. I was practicing for mastering the arcane bardic arts, and did not do so great. But academics. So we kept in touch after school. He sent me this will about maybe a little over a week ago. Along with a letter saying that he had encountered some unpleasantness when he returned home to Wyshard, and that if anything should befall him, he would prefer me to officiate his will, because he wanted, and I quote, a neutral party who is not in it for my money, the bastards.
The life of adventure seekers, I suppose.
Yes, unfortunate indeed. But we are here now, and we have rallied around this unfortunate circumstance, and I suffice it to say that it is actually rather prudent that James has actually passed his qualifications of membership onto Sir Spit here, as is determined in his will, alongside the Blood of Dawn carriage that he used to carry out business affairs on the business of the Redeemer's Hand.
You see that he passed his membership to the Redeemer's Hand onto Mr. Spit?
Well, you must understand, I'm not a guild man myself, so I don't know if it's more like he passes his credentials, or if he still has to take, like, an aptitude test, maybe a written exam.
He would have to take some exams, an application to join the guild himself. Unfortunately, it's not an inherited position. However, because of James's recommendation, we will schedule one before Mr. Spit. Usually they have a recommendation from a current guild member has to stand, but since it is a request of the dearly departed, we will make an exception.
Yes, thank you. It is pleasing to my heart to see you honoring the wishes of a dead man.
Well,
I love how Gaius has such strange energy. I love this. I love playing this character.
You want to play this guy now, don't you?
I really do. I don't want this to be a one-off that I have to do. I want to keep doing
Room
it.
Season 2.
Yes.
Walker, I gotta talk to you after the game about something.
Okay.
Don't worry, Walker. I'll kill James and No, I'm kidding.
And then the real Gaius Rebellion shows up. Some bastard has been fucking impersonating me. No,
What the shit is this? I'm here to kill James.
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Anyway. Yes. So are any other?
Yes. At this moment, a familiar face to you, James, as Ian Pride from the Happy Wagon General Goods store from Dumayo arrives.
Hello, good sir. Delighted to see you. My name is Gaius Trevelli, and I will be the intercessor in this negotiations today, as Sir Spit is now currently the beneficiary of this potions enterprise.
Oh, well. Alrighty then. This is
Yes, right. Bearing the lead a bit, I should inform you that Sir James Hargrove has passed from this mortal plane.
What?
Yes, unfortunate, but, some days you're here eating a bowl of gruel, and then the next... tragedy.
I just got here. That's not to take in. Whew.
Yes, quite.
Does that mean the meeting is cancelled?
Oh, no, like I said, Sir Spit is the beneficiary of this potion's enterprise, so...
Who spits?
Points to the orc, wearing a very nice suit.
Oh, Paymore.
I mean, that is an interesting god to call out in this situation, but I go on.
Okay, hi. Sorry, Teo. We worship Teo in my city. Oh, shit. Spit just looks. Hello. Hi. At that moment...
I mean, I understand your aversion to orcs. I have heard the plight of Doomire, but I assure you, Sir Spit is a very incompetent fighter, but a excelling academic.
Wait, you call him an incompetent fighter? Like, Spit just gives you, like, for the first time, the most, hey!
he just, like, I just, look back at him and just kind of, like, turn myself away from this guy, and I'm just like, just fucking go with it! I don't actually say that, but I just kind of, like, make the face of just, like, please.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And I'm like, yes, you have nothing to worry about these negotiations. Like I said, Master Spit is an accomplished academic.
At that moment, another familiar face to you, James, as a representative of the Temple of Lythender of Whiteshore, Sir Peter Graff.
Hello, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Gaius Trevelyan, the intercessor of these events.
Don't care, let's get on business.
Quite. Internally, cunt.
You know that Peter's not liked much in the church, so they'd send him away as often as possible.
Makes sense. Anyway, so we all sit down at the dining table. By the way, can we change the map real quick? Just
Certainly.
For this just for the fact that it is a recorded medium.
Fair enough.
So yeah, we'll just use stand-in tokens. We'll say that this person that nobody likes, this Peter fellow, will be played today by Damon Lane.
Rudeness.
Just kidding. Yeah, but I'll just move my boy out of here. And yeah, well, he sits around the dining table and he's like, "All right, well, I do apologize. We don't currently have beverage or refreshment, simply because this is a business meeting. We expect it to be prompt. So, let us discuss. How were the profits from the sales of these flavored potions, I believe they were called?"
I'm just adding some basic tokens.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I did just get some of the notes on this. It is called, oh, well, this seems sacrilegious, Lathanderade?
Ian is the first one to chime in. Well, not a lot of adventures come through Doomile. However, I have sold 5 potions, and there has actually recently been an injury at the lumberyard, resulting in 6 more potions being sold. So in total, that's a 495 gold profit. So I'm expected to be that number to be going up since what has gotten around after that accident.
All right. How have things been going with you, sir? He gestures to the member of the Redeemer's Hand Guild from the city of the Centerforge.
Oh, they've been going excellently. We've he pulls out a small package. You will find here 1,350 for the current profits, and he'll hold up a letter. This is a letter. 30 potions were sold within the first 5 days, and we are excited to continue our business with you if things keep going this way.
Excellent. And you, Sir Priest.
He just plops down a large sack. 2025. We would like to commission double what was already sent.
Excellent. Well, I have excellent news for you all.
I'm sorry, I misread this. 2020.
That's fine. That's still a lot more profit than I was expecting, so...
Yeah, I missed the digits.
Gaius looks over the table and goes, well, I have an excellent proposition for the rest of you that I believe will be quite delightful for the rest of us. So, as this will allow you better revenue at your establishments, as well it will allow us to maintain some profit in our own right, I would like to suggest that with future orders, payment be made in advance for the shipments you require, and you keep all profits from potions sold. Essentially, any time that you all make a work order of us, be it, like you said, you are going to double your order, so 60 potions, we will collect 45 gold per head of potion, and that will be your order. Once it is shipped to you, you can sell it for however the hell much you like. Profit's yours. At that point, you've made your order.
The member of the Temple of Lythander speaks up. And can I ask how you intend to fulfill these orders with the passing of Mr. Hargrove?
Well,
was he not the one who made the potions?
It was a group effort between him and Master Spit, but I assure you we can meet up with the demand. In fact, I was actually going to ask, and I gesture over to the Redeemer's Hand Guild member, are there any young up-and-comers who are currently looking for work or internship under a alchemist?
There are some coming up that would be looking for apprenticeships, but until we actually test the qualifications of Master Spit here, I am not comfortable nominating him at this time.
I was merely going to suggest that it not be considered... If currently at this time he is not considered a full guild member, perhaps you could view it as a work-study program, whereas they work for him until he is of qualification for the guild, in which case it can become official guild work.
Alternatively, I was thinking that we could just quickly expedite his testing process. We could have him maybe go through an exam. Does tomorrow work well?
I look to Spit.
I can do this.
The man says he can do this. I believe in him.
Hold on, let me check something right quick. Walker, you hear a message in your head. It's Spit's voice going, you may want to keep wearing that hat for that test.
I intended to. Additionally, I had just a question. I know that I won't be able to get, perhaps, say, an expedited treatment like Sir Spit, but would it be possible to also gain entry? I've been looking for work outside of the performative arts, and I was maybe thinking of trying my hand at a potion or two myself.
We could discuss this, depending on how Master Spit does.
Excellent. Well, then we shall
do that. Like I said, all members must have, all people taking the test must be recommended by a current guild member. So if Master Spit here succeeds and joins and views that you are in turn worthy, then we can set up a test for you as soon as you are able.
How fun it would be if Spit's just like, nah, fuck this guy.
Pretty
Spit's
funny.
Like, now I am the master.
Pretty funny. So Gaia says, so up until this point, we will continue to work towards making sure we can ensure your work orders, but in order to meet larger quantities, we will want to make sure we can expedite this process as soon as possible so we can get extra hands, because if we are to meet larger work orders, it will be best to have a larger work staff.
I don't see why not.
Additionally, sir, I turn to the priest, if you are looking to fill larger orders and would like to save yourself some time, I happen to be willing to disclose proprietary information for a price.
Ian speaks up like, we're all here. We can hear this.
Yes, but I am of the mindset of gold on the table first. For each recipe, as there are currently 3 flavors, for each recipe I'd be willing to part with the knowledge for, say, 3,000 gold each.
For now, the Temple of Thunder only needs the potions. However, I will relay this message to the Grand Clerics.
Sounds delightful, and that offer stands for the rest of you as well. If it is something that you wish to learn on your own, then we shall begin divvying up that knowledge.
Very well. Anything else to discuss then?
Nope, I was just going to collect the profits, pitch the new business model, and let you all know that there was the opportunity to purchase recipes if you're interested.
Very well then.
Thank you kindly, and have a gracious noon. And he takes like a deep and elegant bow.
Yep. Peter immediately gets up. Ian gets up a bit slower and just sort of walks out, but Amadeus stays behind for a moment. I just wanted to propose a small alteration to the plan, if I may.
Oh?
Since it is the Redeemer's Hand that will be supplying the extra hands, we could expedite things by ensuring that we only send our best and brightest your way and don't muddy your time with the least qualified for a more advantageous price compared to the competition.
Gaius leans back in his chair. So, in order to garner better support, you are stating that you would send us your best and brightest in exchange for a discount on... You referring to a discount on work orders or a discount for the recipes themselves? Because if you send us your best and... Okay, because if you sent us your best and brightest and then asked for a discount on the recipes, well, unfortunately, then there would have no need for you to send us your best and brightest. You could easily send us dullards and expect us to just make do while you make the superior product.
Exactly. I'm pitching a more beneficial relationship both ways.
Of course. And additionally, as well, if at some point that the other groups we are currently partnered with become less profitable, I would be willing to partner exclusively with the Redeemer's Hand for better profits on both sides. And he gives him kind of like a wry smile.
This seems agreeable.
Well, I'll let you know if there ever becomes a liability with my supply chain.
Glad to hear it. And I will start vetting possible candidates as soon as possible, and let's schedule Mr. Spit for tomorrow afternoon for his examination, shall we?
That sounds excellent.
And he walks up and leaves. As soon as the two of you are alone, Spit just turns to you and goes, "Yeah, you're going to have to take that test."
That was the idea.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, no, I figured it would not, I mean, you've definitely done some studying and some learning, but, your work with alchemy tools, let us say, could use some refinement. You can definitely mix things, but it requires some more deft precision that you still need to learn.
He holds up his big, giant fucking hands like, these are not the hands for subtle work.
Maybe we could get you, like, a larger alchemist's kit.
That could work.
But I doubt that for the test they will allow such,
Personalized tools.
Exactly, yes. So perhaps in the meantime we shall commission you a specific set of tools while I go take your test. The only issue I see with this currently is if I go to take your test tomorrow, you will have to remain on grounds, because if you are sighted in town while I am also in town, that could cause quite a stir.
I can be here then. I'll stay in the lab.
Sounds good. Perhaps we can send out Roland to pick up our orders.
Okay.
Yes. Outside of that, I think this was actually a very successful venture. I mean, we made almost 4,000 gold.
Yes. It's very good.
Yes, considering the initial cost was roughly around, like a little less than 3,000, we've turned a pretty good profit.
And the one from Doom, I was going to want to buy the recipe.
Yeah, that he will. Additionally,
he was skittish.
He was
he's going to cave. He doesn't trust competition.
No, and additionally, it seems as well that if injuries persist out Dumaya's way, I mean, what with the lumberyards being as they are, and also the the orc attacks. No offense, it is a thing that happens.
You killed all the orcs.
Oh, for real? That was all of them?
Oh, of my tribe.
See, that's what I'm talking about. There's probably other tribes in the area that are going to scoop up that land now that Groot... God, I don't even know what his name was anymore. He kind of just faded from memory the second we ended up offing him.
Ouch.
I mean, no offense. He's definitely not our most memorable adversary.
No, I get that.
I mean, even the Glabrezu is more pertinent, although we should probably give him a name other than the Glabrezu. I'm leaning towards Tom.
Tom the Glabrezu.
Yes. Just rolls off the tongue.
Okay.
Well, with
what
that...
is this?
Don't worry about it. Well, with that, I guess I will try and reach the party. I think I'm going to take this disguise for a walk, as it were, and see if I could intercede with the others and relay the plans that we have going on.
Okay.
That's what he says to Spit, but he's... I mean, I realize that after, like, we don't have a good way of communicating. Only Roland has a sending stone.
Yeah. So far.
Yeah. I mean, I guess James would go to, like... Actually, yeah, with the newfound, like, techniques of his ability, I think James is going to go to, like, a magic shop. With the profits that he has now.
Yeah, actually, Walker, I was going to ask if James could, like, make, like, earrings of message with clockwork. Blah.
It's only...
It'll take some time, but yes.
Also, Walker and I talked about this. He can only do it with a spell that he personally knows. He can't use Spit spells or causes.
So Roland can't say assist with his own spells. Okay.
No, it can only be from my own knowledge, which means, however, there is a stipulation to that. If we can find a pre-existing magic item that has certain enchantments, I can break it down to learn those enchantments. And like, I can know them for a time, basically like borrowing the spell.
Okay.
Unless I inscribe it in my enduring recipe book. But once those pages fill up, it's done deal.
Okay.
Like the Sending Stone.
Yeah, so like I would basically the only thing that I'm going to put in those in the enduring recipe book is like spells or enchantments that would be like universally beneficial on a consistent basis.
Gotcha. Asking just because I do not know how your ability works outside of the butt jokes.
Yeah. I that's the context of it. That is essentially all it does. The only thing I've left out of my ability is its cooldown time.
Everyone got like amazing abilities with their reasons and stuff, and all I got was like a stat upgrade.
I've adjusted it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is that thing like effective as of now, or?
Yeah, because I realized that I did kind of give you the just power of all 5.
I mean, a stat upgrade wasn't terrible for where I was.
True, but still. Anyway, everyone else's was more flashy. Zorus is resistant to more.
Woo!
Yeah, new stuff.
Yeah.
Well, question.
Yeah,
Well, you could break down the Sending Stone.
This
Or
is
attempt to.
true because theirs is a modified sending stone.
Well, you could attempt to anyway.
You know what? Fuck it. If I find Roland, I'm gonna try it.
I mean, you said you're going to a magic shop. We probably will end up bumping into each other as one's commissioning some scrolls or
I mean,
buying
yeah, but there's a
any.
lot of magic shops in the Centerforge. I'm assuming it's a big city.
I mean, where would you guys go?
I would like to roll investigation to know what the fuck the magic shops in the area are.
Well, you both have been to one already.
Oh.
Is
Oh.
it?
Don't freak out.
Roland's going to look for something else other than don't
Yeah.
freak out, just for the sake of like not having only one guy.
Okay.
Yeah, additionally, like, James is cool with Carl, but is really, like,
Have the skies, beholder cone.
does not want to, like, continue to have to mince words with this asshole just to get what he wants.
Yeah. Also, but for Roland, it's just a matter of beholder. Just do not trust, by and large.
Yeah,
Wise decision.
is there, like, a large city map that we can view all this on?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
That we were on originally.
Can I get a James token out? Oh, wait, I can put my own token out there. I'm an idiot.
Yes, you can.
I'm just going to roll an investigation or.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Investigation. Both of you.
I already rolled. I just have to figure out what the heck.
17 for Roland.
I say rolled, but essentially all I did was throw dice at wall.
Yeet.
Well, me, dice, me.
Dimension the dice. Dark magician.
Not great. It's like a 14.
Spit will also perform an investigation.
Thank you. Spit will also perform an investigation. 2.
Out of.
Okay.
Please tell me you didn't actually roll a 2.
No, he would have won.
Oh, cool.
No, I'm kidding. He rolled a 15, which is just what actually he needed. So you both actually find a fairly large. What's the best way to describe this building? It's a wide kind of thing like you just walked onto the set of Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. It's a weird house of odd proportions, and a single sign just calls it the Habersack.
I like this place.
So is it like actually a house, or is it more like a tent?
No. It's a full house, about 2 stories tall, but it's slanted. It's at unusual angles.
Kind of like the Weasley house.
Kinda, yeah. Compared to the smooth, rich architecture that the rest of the city has, this place stands out like a glaring sore thumb with its nail falling off.
Well, Roland goes in.
Okay. Not to let my Doctor Who show, but this place is fucking huge on the inside.
James/Gaius is fucking delighted by this. This is an enchantment he wants to learn.
Huh.
Yes,
Bag of holding nonsense here.
Hello! As a small gnomish figure with massive, bifocals. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking to commission or buy some scrolls that you might have lying around.
Scrolls. Okay. I'm good with scrolls. Come with me. Another customer. Who are you? Who are you, gentlemen?
Ah, yes, delightful to meet you, my good fellow. I am Gaius Trevelyan. I am looking for items of great import, and perhaps you might have such delights.
Pleasure to meet you. Yes?
Quick question for Walker. Has James filled in the group on his new...
Absolutely not!
Okay, then you just see Spit walk in with this random dude.
So I can pretty much safely put 2 and 2 together.
I mean, you have a 20 intelligence, Christ.
Yeah.
Come on, make an investigation check. Because this guy has a DC.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I made it. Investigation or intelligence check?
It's investigation check.
21.
Oh yeah, you blasted you can see
as Roland's Mangekyo Sharingan activates.
Oh yeah,
with my power eyes.
Roland, you turn and James, you kind of hear the sound effect. What was that?
Yeah, that. God, I actually have the sound effect on my desktop. I feel like I should play it, but I also don't want to get struck with a copyright strike.
As long as it's less than 6 seconds, you can get away with it.
Oh, wait. Maybe I don't have it. I might have the Chidori sound effect. Let me check.
Oh, I need that. Walker, do me a favor and send that to me over for my home game. I have a Storm Sorcerer who just modified Shadow Blade to be Lightning Blade.
Hold on. It's under my... There we go.
Anyway, chaps,
I forgot that I named my files, so I don't know which one it is anymore.
We'll find it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a spell scroll called Mind Spike?
Well, that's rude. How do you do? Didn't even get your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Roland Ashkeeper.
Pleasure to meet you, Hassani. All right.
Yes, it's good to meet someone of brilliant eyewear.
Thank you. Name Stumble Pump.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you possibly repeat?
Stumble.
Might I ask, are you possibly related to the Pippinlock and Dockerbuckers? Or are you more like a clan rival?
No, just all gnomes have names like this. It's a common mistake.
Really? Because I have not actually met any gnomes that have this nomenclature.
Well, all traditional gnomes have... We're short people. We like to have long names, okay?
I think we've been talking to nothing but deep gnomes for a while. Well, funny, meaning hill gnomes.
Well, that I completely understand that.
I like to name my gnomes weird, okay?
I completely understand, my good man. It is great to have such deep ties to your roots through these delightful clan names.
Alright, so, come here. Let's see what you got. And he steps on this, what to you guys is kind of just like a 2x2 spread felt, but by his measurements is a flying carpet as he magicians his way up to the counter. All right, what can I do you for?
I love this place. I wanted to live here, but I can't.
Well, let my compatriot here request his scrolls, and I shall browse a bit, if you don't mind.
Yes, I don't need anything too outrageous. Just 2 spell scrolls. One is a spell called Mind Spike. I don't know if you have that.
That's a tricky one. That's more recent stuff. I would have to make that one special. Can I have that ready in 2 days though?
I appreciate that. And the other one is a scroll of major image.
That one I can do. That one we got in stock. Okay. And you see him just like he doesn't even bend over. The carpet just kind of dips down below the counter. Okay, let's see here. No. And you see just a tentacle up from beneath the desk. Down tempo, down. Man, bad tempo. Okay, here it is. And he comes back up with a scroll. Here you go.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to ask anything about your charming fellow.
Oh, that's tempo. He's harmless. Don't worry about him.
And the other scroll can be picked up in 2 days.
Yeah. Together that'd be about 500 gold.
Drops it on the counter. Here you go.
Alrighty then. I'll be able to start commissioning on that scroll right away. Gentlemen, my half-elf fellow.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Well, I am looking for a few magic items, actually. It is just a question of whether or not you may have them in your possession.
Okay.
Let's see here. A few things I am looking for. The first of which being, do you happen to have a mantle of spell resistance?
A mental spell resistance. Let me see what the f that is.
It's basically you have advantage on saving throws against spells. It's a rare item, requires attunement.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Pathfinder Cloak of Protection. Or at least it kind of reminds me of that in principle.
My thought process on this solely being that if James gets a Mantle of Protection, he can like learn how to reverse enchant it and probably distribute it amongst the party. At least to the members that tend to get caught in the blast radius of spells. Damon!
I wonder what Walker's doing, covering his ass with his 2 characters.
Well, it's not just that. There is a selfish nature to it. James wants one for himself because that way if he does catch himself in his own fireball, at least he has advantage.
Also, I will say for the record, Demon has the lucky feat. I don't know why he didn't use it on those fireball saves.
He really could. He keeps forgetting he has that feat. Don't have all those in at the moment. Sorry.
Alright, that's fine. How about some gloves of thievery?
Let's see. Gloves of...
Roland pokes up at that.
Because of name, we don't typically carry those. Those have a name. Just because the name is stupid. I could.
I mean, do y'all have like maybe some? Since you said the name is stupid, perhaps you have maybe gloves of burglary, or perhaps.
So let me finish. They're just not in frequent circulation because of the negative connotation associated with the name. I can make it though.
Oh, delightful! I will take one of those.
Okay. You can probably pick that up within the next 2 days. It's just going to take me a little bit to make it.
Wonderful, wonderful. I gestured a spit. Is there anything that you would like?
Double checking. Did you already make your headband of intelligence?
No, because oh shit, no, I haven't because that would require breaking down spits. And
so spit will mention headband of intelligence.
Ah, yes, a headband of intelligence. My friend was telling me how amazing and wondrous his has worked for him. I was thinking perhaps maybe for myself it could add some wit to my charm.
That would make 3 characters in the party with headbands of intelligence. Damon, Spit, and James.
Yeah, I'm getting real sick of this shit.
Additionally, I had a question. So my friend, my orcish fellow here, he is of a larger composition, which does make articulate work a bit more difficult. Is it possible to perhaps commission a set of alchemist tools, a potioner's kit, as it were, for one of his stature and hand size? And I hold up his hand just to, like, give the gnome an idea. I'm assuming that the gnome's head could just fit inside of Spit's hand.
Oh, absolutely. Hold on a second. I'm actually having a hard time.
After this, I do have a item I'd like to ask about. Just saying it now so I don't forget.
Okay.
Sorry, I realized we were overloading you.
Yeah, because I'm also I can't find this thing that I had. There it is. Let's see. There's.
I probably dropped a law on him that he wasn't prepped for. Sorry, man.
Oh, do you mean like this entire shop?
Yeah.
Dude, this entire shop is entirely improv.
As it rightfully should be.
As is the way of all DMs.
This is
Dude,
the way.
Dude, I imagine to myself, okay, gnome. Then I realize, shit, his name.
I mean,
okay,
you've
so-
done this to yourself.
What? No, easily. Like there was a second where I could be like halfling, but I was like,
Here's the thing, I wouldn't put it past Red to have a backup emergency dock of in case of gnome break glass length name.
I should have that. Alchemist tools.
I mean, if you want, I've got the PHB like right here with me.
No, I got that. A set of alchemy tools is about 50 gold normally, so by essentially doubling the size is going to be double the gold plus.
Coin is no
craftsmanship.
measure, my friend.
Well, if we said we could pay you with exposure. I do not say out loud. I do not say that out
Then I
loud.
was saying it out my shop.
You're never welcome back. Get out!
I've done that in my party too at my home game. One of the quest rewards was exposure.
So for the alchemy tools, because that's essentially rebuilt, that's going to be 150 gold.
150 gold, you say? All right. Well, here you are, my good man. And he just hands him 150 gold because how
Okay.
much? Like, what were the three totals you gave me? I'm gonna go ahead and do calculator.
I'm giving you the totals.
I meant for the gold
the
thing. The gold amounts that I got.
Oh, those. Oh, I'll send them to you.
Yeah, because that's
from the-
essentially my spending money.
Okay. You ready to write this down?
I mean, I've literally got the calculator open. Just let me know what
Okay.
you got.
From the Redeemer's Hand, you got 1,350 gold. From the Happy Wagon General Store, you got 495 gold. And from the Temple of Lathander, you got 2,025.
Cool. So I have 3,870 gold to spend. And you said it would be 150 for the cost.
Yes.
Done deal.
Let's see. As for the Headband of Intelligence, let's see. Uncommon.
Uncommon requires attunement.
Okay. Because it increases the stat, I'll say it. As for the headband, yeah, I have one of those. That'll cost 500 gold, though.
No problem at all, my good man. Sets down 500 gold.
Oh,
Roland is just eyeing this mystery man up, just like, God damn, Jim, you should probably be a bit more inconspicuous with your cash.
as for the gloves,
I'm walking around.
As for the gloves, let's see that.
I mean, he's got a head of disguise on, so essentially his coin purse is not where it's supposed to be. It's in an illusion.
I know, but it's the principle of the thing.
He chimes up. The gloves, they typically go for about 300, but for time and workmanship, that'll be about 325 gold.
Excellent. 325 gold. I will pay that in advance for expedited service if possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's alright with you, sir, I'd like to make one more purchase if you have such an item.
Certainly, hit me.
Do you have a Cloak of Displacement?
I can check, but I think the last one went just a few days ago. Be right back.
Then who bought it so I may steal it from him? Kidding.
He sort of drifts upwards into the rafters. Let's see. No, sorry. Last one went a few days ago.
To whom? I don't expect you to pull that out of your butt, man. I'm just.
It was one Lucas Klumoy.
Damn it! I can't rob Klumach.
Anymore.
But I can.
Storm, I just want you to realize what you said as which character. Me, the guy who kept robbing Clue March, can't rob Clue March.
I never robbed Clue March. I robbed people around him, and he tried to stop me. That was the fun of it.
Additionally, I had one other question as to an item I was curious about.
Go ahead.
Do you happen to have an alchemy jug?
Let me check.
And before we get too deep into this, what are the rules for alchemy jug with you?
What do you mean?
Like, do you allow it to make substances that aren't strictly in the Dungeon Master's Guide? Like, say, potion. And if it is potion, what are the stipulations on how that works?
I'm allowing potions, but just, let's see, I'm allowing no more than greater.
Okay.
Only because you guys don't have a heal.
Okay. I'm just asking because my DM used to be like a... My last DM had this funny little rule with alchemy jugs, and that's that the substance no longer appears when you cork it. So, our group decided to try and sell potions, and we were quickly run out of town. When everybody's potions suddenly disappear.
That sounds like a fun way to start the campaign off.
That was not the start of our campaign. We were seasoned adventurers by then.
That sounds like a good way to end the campaign.
Alright then. You said that you may have an alchemy jug?
Yeah, just checking right.
Alright, excellent.
Yeah, that'll be another 400 gold.
Oh, I do apologize, but that is a little more than I'm currently able to spend. Perhaps there's a cheaper alternative? Could I bargain, perhaps?
Do you have anything you would potentially want to trade for it?
Let me check.
I have a scroll I just bought from...
Yeah, but I also feel like stealing from Roland probably not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I was jokingly offering it, but actually with...
yes, I have something that would be excellent. I have this cloak of displacement. Would you like... Would you like that?
I mean, I would like to say I have these fine tailored suits.
I respectfully, good sir, I could not ask you to assist me in this purchase. Unless you wish to pay for these for this item, and then I can give you the cloak of displacement you were so eager to find.
Wait, does James actually have a cloak of displacement?
Absolutely.
And question: are you offering the cloak?
Absolutely, I have no use for it.
Done. He doesn't even ask for gold. By all means.
I feel like he's gonna immediately turn to Roland. So good news.
Hey, I just got a cloak of displacement.
Oh, hey, I have 2 crowbars. I'll remember that next time.
So you still interested in buying that cloak?
Sure.
Okay, that'll be 2,300 gold. James trade a rare item for an uncommon.
He doesn't care. He's not the one spending the money.
Exactly.
Man, I feel like you're in my character sheet looking at my money right now.
I'm not. Why?
Because I have 2,200 gold.
Exactly?
Well, little change, but not enough.
You could haggle.
I'm going to attempt to haggle.
Do you have anything you could trade to sweeten the deal?
I have this wand to detect magic.
Interesting.
Also, I have this unique item you've never seen before. It's called the health potion.
Is that one of the new flavored kinds?
No.
How about this, good sir? As
I have 5 days worth of rations.
Good sir of this magical establishment.
Yeah.
If I may, I believe we can reach an accord here. This individual seems to be of a reputable business, and since he has already come to commission 2 spell scrolls, he is obviously going to be a repeat customer. How about this? If you agree to give him the Cloak of Displacement, I, as the current benefactor of the flavored health potion business alongside my partner here, this is Spit, by the way, he was the late understudy of James Hargrove, brilliant mind behind the flavored health potions Lathander aid, we can ensure a supply trade with you in exchange for this cloak, and we will dock the amount of charge that would normally be required to produce such potions. Instead of the normal cost of 45 gold per potion head, you shall only be charged 20 and receive express shipment.
You would be one of the few suppliers.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
God bless Gaius and his beautiful mind.
Guidance. I don't have that spell.
That is a... Shit, right? This is James's character sheet. I gotta go to skills here. Persuasion?
Yep.
26.
Oh, boy. Good to be back, huh, man?
It's good to have a character with fucking charisma.
He gives a slight pause. Just kind of, bites his tongue for a bit. James, you recognize this as someone who's pretending to think like this is a hard decision? It's like...
I mean, if you're not interested, I can always take it to someone else. I
you
believe
do
that
have a
is...
hard bargain, but...
Well, I mean,
you got yourself a deal.
Very well. I mean, I am glad to be doing business with you, so no, it was either you or don't freak out.
Wise decision. And he reaches out his hand to...
I shake it. I look at his hand as he's reaching out to shake it. I'm like, oh, we don't do that here. Come here! And I give him a hug. Yes, this is the way that men bond!
Gordon cocks an eyebrow. It's like, bravo.
Okay, we're good.
I would like to sleight of hand to try and steal something from the gnome.
Okay, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
I am essentially trying to get my gold back.
Can I mage hand and provide help?
Why not? Go ahead with advantage.
Sweet.
I mean, I was going to say that. Holding. Wait, nah. You got this, James.
So that was an 18 and a natural 20, so 22 after modifiers.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll percentile to see how much you get.
Sweet.
Because he rolled a 15 and his modifier is not making him up. So, want to know something funny?
What?
Apparently, if you roll a 90, and a 10, that counts as a 100.
Yes.
I bring that up for no other reason. But let me do some math here.
You get all
of it.
So
yeah, how much is all of my gold back?
I would say all of your gold would be 2 notices. But you definitely reclaim. Let's see, how much did you just spend? I'm just trying to do some reverse math here.
Good old reverse math.
Let's see, those.
I mean, it was no more than it was like a little around like 450. Like, because there was one of them was like what
325 was the gloves, and then you also bought the headband, which was 500.
So 825.
Yeah,
because I traded for the last item.
Yeah, you got 500 gold back.
Excellent.
I'm already planning on framing someone else for this. For some miscreants B&E throwing a rock through this guy's window and everything.
Excellent. Yeah, pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure is all mine, sir.
I just realized that.
Unfortunately, that does conclude my business for the day. So I bid you the fondest of farewells, and I look forward to your business in the future. If ever you need to get those potions, just report to the Manor of the Lazarus Guild, and we shall get your order. And I walk out.
I just realized he wouldn't have had those potions on him, that money on him. He probably would put in a register. But I've already said it, so we'll roll with it.
I mean, the transactions hadn't quite concluded.
Yeah, you said you just swapped it off the counter.
Yeah, that's what we'll say. That you got it before you put it in the register.
Yep.
And Oren will minor illusion the rest back onto the counter.
And,
fair enough.
And Gaius will get the hell out of there. Not before stopping by Roland real quick and being like, well, it has been a pleasure meeting you as well, good sir. I hope to continue our business perhaps in the future. I would just like to let you know that it will be delightful to see where this continued adventure goes. I look forward to maybe meeting you at the Lazarus Guild as well when I am not on business performing. Goodbye.
Of course, I look forward to seeing you, whom is the beneficiary of James's old entrepreneurship, as it were.
That is actually Sir Spit. I am merely the leg man or the voice man. I am the hype guy, as they call them.
Oh yes. Sorry, my misunderstanding. Allow my mind grieving for him and all. And would you like to donate to the James Hargrove Foundation to help support?
Absolutely not. Good day.
A scholarship to the.
You ruined my surprise.
As like he is straight up out of there.
Storm, you bastard.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Spit was going to start the James Hargrove Scholarship Foundation,
which was essentially just going to fund Spit's education. Yeah, no, I get it.
No, it was just like just an extra layer on the lie, just to make it look.
Got it.
With that said, Orland, after casting minor illusion on the gold, casts Misty Step to get the fuck out.
Gaius is waiting for you outside.
No. I mean, okay. I was going to cast Misty Step after he had left the building.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Orland just leaves the building and just is going to grab Gaius and like, let's go this way before he realizes the gold is an illusion.
Oh yes, I was actually going to suggest something real quick.
Great news! He failed his investigation check, so he doesn't.
Okay.
I actually had an idea for this, perhaps. I will just need you to do one thing for me, just a tiny little thing. Don't ask questions. One moment. I pull out the alchemy jug.
I do have one question, but it doesn't pertain to this.
Question. You said it can make certain substances that aren't in the PHB?
I'm allowing potions.
What about paint?
Let me look at this real quick.
Sure, of course.
While that's going on, Orland would just like to ask James/Gaius, do you need me to look up any forged documents to help make this guy an identity, like track some papers in case anyone looks into who he is? Or do you got that?
Yes, I've actually got a full written up backstory, as it were. So you can just do things according to what it says there. Just forge the right time frames that I have set up for you, and all that, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, I'll reach out to some old contacts, see what I can do. Shouldn't be too much trouble to get these things authorized.
Yes, of course.
Keep things to an absolute minimum. Gotcha.
Additionally, I am going to ask something of you that you may not be super okay with in a moment.
I will say the alchemy jug, like, it doesn't have to be, like, it can make honey, which is not fully, like, viscous. It's kind of syrupy, so it could make paint. I will allow this.
All right, neat. I pull the alchemy jug out. Paint.
You get let's see, 12 liters of, no, 2 gallons. Paint.
What color?
Roll me a D10.
Actually, I would have had a question for Roland.
Yes.
What do the Daggers of Night have traditional tag colors?
I don't think I know that. They were a lower level guild back when I retired. Is that something Roland knows?
Make a history
I mean,
check.
do you know their like Thief Guild symbol?
Again, that's something that was like a blip on his radar just as he was coming to the end of his tenure. I rolled a 16, though.
Okay. You do know that the symbol is 3 daggers pointing down as if a reversed crown.
Mm-hmm.
And a common motif that they do use is shades of purple.
Primarily purple.
Yes.
I will make it dark purple. And this is the part where you're not going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to put some paint on your mask.
Will I get it back?
Well, I mean, we're going to wash the paint off, obviously.
Oh, yeah, okay then.
I just need to hopefully not get caught vandalizing the side of this shop while you break in there and attempt to steal the illusory gold.
Gotcha. I mean, I could just... Don't you have a minor illusion?
I do, but there is a certain size limitation on the spell itself.
So let me understand this. You're going to take my mask or not?
I
he's not
am
going
going
to.
to paint things on your mask, give it back to you. You're going to bust in there, full of piss and vinegar, attempt to steal the man's gold, which of course is an illusion, so you can just use some more minor illusion to make it look like you're stealing his gold, and then you shall retreat and do your Thief King thing of vanishing without a trace. And I will, of course, have by that time tagged the side of his building with the Daggers of Night insignia, so that everyone associates the crime of stealing his gold that was actually our gold to the Daggers of Night.
Of course. I mean, Roland does this not mentioning that he has to disguise self, but just rolling with it because James went through all the trouble.
Yeah, so James, paints the symbol on his mask that looks like the symbol that he described to me, and then gets to work trying to paint the exact same symbol but bigger on the side of the building while Roland breaks in.
I'm just going to leap. I'm leaping straight into the window.
Okay.
No.
Just make a general performance check for me, Walker.
Oh, that's a thing that I'm good at.
By the way, as Roland goes and jumping through the window in broad daylight, he just grabs the gnome, throws him aside, grabs the money, and just goes, "Where's the money?" Just full. Except for Nolan back.
I'm Batman.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, 21.
23 for my performance, by the way.
Okay. You haven't seen the symbol yourself, but just going off the description, you are very satisfied with.
And me and Spit get the hell out of there before we get caught by the cops and they go, "Hey, you kids!"
Okay. As for you, Roland, the gnome's like, "Ah!" And it is immediately like slamming a symbol on his necklace,
Oh no.
and the wall adjacent to you, there's a rustling as a shield guardian comes to life. What do you do?
I throw my cape over the illusionary gold, like Zorro. Pull my cape back. The gold is gone.
My God!
Wait, so do you actually steal the rest of the gold?
I was about to ask, can I slab hand this of the gold with this?
Roll a slab hand check.
Natural 20.
Man, slick shit. So let's see.
So we've basically got a bunch of magic items we've commissioned and we've paid for none of it. I love it.
It's fun to not be Merrick sometimes and just break the law.
Technically, Kaz or technically James also broke the law, but technically he's also dead, so he doesn't give a shit.
Just verifying with you. I need to get the numbers of how much.
I spent 500 gold.
Yeah, you spent 500.
I spent like 825, and you gave me back some of it.
I think I gave you.
Well, check the tape.
So that's negated. Let's see. It was 3.
So it'd be 325 plus whatever.
No. It would be 975 because of the alchemy tools.
Oh yeah.
So Roland, you just got 970.
970 gold.
75.
75. Cool. I'm taking back my 500, so that's 475.
No. James already got the 500.
No, he's saying that he take back the stuff that he spent.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying together. I'm not. I'm saying James already got the that he spent. I'm counting Roland's 500 that he spent in this current pot.
No, that's what we're saying.
I know. I'm just adding that back into my inventory to give back to James. That's why I'm.
Yeah, he's basically gonna give me back my 475, and he's keeping his 500.
Yeah. Walker, you can go ahead and add that to your inventory now, so we don't forget.
Yep, sounds good.
Well, that's if you get away.
Yeah. I see the shield golem. I go like this, and I misstep away.
Oh my god! Was he ever really there?
And as soon as I'm out of range, invisible.
Okay. Funny thing. Quickly, where do you Misty step to?
Is there an alley within 30 feet?
The alley that you and James met with.
Actually, how high is the roof to this building? Or
it's a 2-story building.
I got to double check something about Misty Step if I can teleport through obstructions. Just
what about if
it's just 30 feet?
Oh, okay.
You teleport through demi-planes.
Oh, cool. In that case, I would like to components visual. So technically, I need to see. Oh, wait, verbal. That's verbal. Blah, not visual. So yeah, I'm just on the roof, invisible now.
Yeah. You see the shield golem just walk through the door and just kind of looking around, like just doing a patrol.
I'm just Sly Cooper Ninja Spiral jump invisible on this guy's roof.
Yeah, you hear the gnome come run out. Dave! Someone get the armed guard, Dave!
And I stealth away.
Okay.
Bright side,
what are you up to?
Bright side, he should be stopping by the keep soon because he's got to recoup those profits. Which leads him right back to paying us money.
So, is that you up to anything?
So, 20 total on my stealth check. I rolled super low.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay, we'll say you all meet up at the keep.
Cool.
That was some insane shit. I love it.
Ollie's just going to dust himself off and just. It's been a long time since I've had contend with a shield golem escape. That takes me back. This one ended a lot better than the last one.
Alright, so you all meet up at the keep.
Yes. Back in my day, we didn't have too many shield golems walking around. Back in my day, it was just good old-fashioned golems.
Do you want to drag us all back over there?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong.
Yeah, I was waiting for the shift.
Sorry, I'm because I'm not recording. I'm actually in a bunch of different.
Don't worry, I'll keep reminding you because I am recording.
Thank you. I just got crooked.
Oh, I should probably stop playing Dragon Age then, huh?
Storm, I hate you.
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
Oh my god, good job. You finally played the game that I told you to play.
Dragon Age is amazing.
Right. Are Aki and they're off doing their own thing. It's fine.
Damon's passed out right now.
Sounds about right.
He had a long,
and Aki,
long day.
here's the thing, Aki's here, but we don't notice him because he's being weird.
Aki's just in the shadows like, oh, you know, you can never know. You know this.
I think you can pin the crime on Mr. Oreo if you work hard enough.
As if you need to work hard.
So I commissioned the alchemist tools, the gloves of thievery. I got the alchemy jug, and then was that all that I bought?
That was all that you bought. But the both the scroll and the gloves will be ready within 2 days.
Okay. Roland and Spick and Co. pick that up. James has work to do.
Okay.
Hopefully we still get our shit even though our deposit got robbed. I hope so. Because technically we're also paying for labor.
Yeah, but he can't help it if thieves come in.
Yeah. That's why he has insurance, man.
Yeah.
At least I hope he has insurance if he's a responsible business owner.
Additionally, if we do have to pay it back out, it's not going to be an issue. We've got the gold.
Yeah. We're just being
Boy,
dicks.
do you.
Boy, do we.
We just want to be dicks.
Anything else you guys want to do while you're together?
While I'm here, I do want to walk over to Zorus. Hey, good news, man. I bought you something.
Oh, what?
Token displacement.
Oh my god!
Because you tend to get hit a lot. By tuning into this thing, you attacks have disadvantage on you.
It's part of the adventure.
Yeah.
Must have been a really easy time getting this, right?
Boy, it was difficult.
You know,
but-
it was so hard. I just, as James kind of like looks away.
One could say it was one of a kind family heirloom that I had to steal. But
Oh,
The best part about this is that Zorus has no insight, so he can't.
I mean,
with that said, I'm gonna be picking up some scrolls in a few days. One of them's for you, cuz.
Hey man, that sounds great. Thank you.
Anytime. And James,
Yes.
I just want to see how quickly you could change your voice.
Roland, I don't know what you're talking about, changing my voice. That's quite odd. Yeah, man, he's really being weird today.
Don't you two collude against me?
This is the DM you're talking.
Yeah, this is a dungeon master you're talking to. I've had conversations with myself with 5 people. Don't step to me, boy!
I'm not, I'm just teasing.
Roland, this isn't actually a family heirloom, right?
No.
Oh, okay, good. No, I just...
I mean, in a way, it's now your family heirloom.
Here's the thing, a few things were offered in this back in my heyday.
What?
Yeah, heirlooms of loved ones were among my very short list of things I wouldn't touch. That and grave robbing.
Yeah. Just making sure.
I mean, but what if you really need it more than the other person? Like, what if, hypothetical here, you find this delightful dress that is the exact measurements for your daughter, but it belonged to someone's dead grandmother.
Here's the thing. I don't steal from the dead. That shit comes back to haunt you. I mean, look at me.
I mean, fair
Look at you.
enough.
You came back from the dead.
Yes, but y'all didn't steal from me. A lot of my shit was just dissolved.
Well, technically speaking, we did take your share, but you kind of left it to us. That's kind of a...
Yeah, and then you brought me back to life, so I got it back, so win-win.
Yeah.
James.
Yes.
I have a little question. You can make things, right?
That I can, given the right amount of time, components, and funding.
It is limited.
Yes.
I was possibly wondering, Red, do I happen to have bandages on me or around this building at all?
Bandages?
Like hand
you would-
bandages, like things you can like.
Yeah, you would have a couple of those.
Cool. And I hold them out. Could you possibly infuse these with something? I don't know, like to where when I punch someone, a fireball explodes.
I mean, I could do that, but you would be caught in the blast radius. I have a better solution that would save you like a lot of time. It will just take me some time to make.
In all fairness,
It wouldn't hurt.
evasion.
I would have. I wouldn't hurt at all.
Even if he fails, he takes half damage because of evasion and
And-
quarter damage because he's resistance.
He's a tiefling with evasion to fireball. This is actually a terribly broken idea. I love it.
Yeah, James could do that.
Awesome. I will fund it however I need to. I have.
Unfortunately, there is one stipulation. I will not be able
Yes.
to do it on both of them. I can only do it at one item at a time. So
Mhm.
you will get a hand wrap that shoots, that does fireball when you punch things.
That's fine.
I have an idea for the other one, however.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I'll work on it. Goodbye. And he just
Alright,
leaves.
cool. I have money if you need it.
James,
Oh yes, I
actually,
will need that.
James, actually, if you're taking requests, I don't know. This is something for you to get to in your spare time. I don't expect this to be ready by the end of the week. Owen just takes out one of his arrows. Your grasping shadow spell is, frankly, remarkable.
Clinging shadows.
Clinging shadows. Thank you. It's been a while. So, would you be able to transfer that onto one of my arrows so I can like snipe someone, get them all wrapped up to make follow-up combat with, say, Damon or Zorus or even myself that much easier? Or help us with an escape.
It would be a possibility.
Well,
Quick
if you
question about my ability, Red. Like, how many
Yes.
like uncommon or common things can I create before I have to participate in the cooldown?
Let me check for you right quick.
I mean, like I said, one doesn't expect this thing to be ready anytime soon. It's just a curiosity that just popped into his mind.
Let's see. How many recipes do you currently know?
Well, there's the entirety of my spell list. Then there is some spells that I have gotten rid of that
I'm sorry. A recipe is something of an item broken down.
Oh, recipes of items that I've broken down. Then in that case, just a health potion. And I think that's it. I don't remember breaking down anything else.
Yeah. So you still have room for any items could potentially break down. Let's see. Where's the?
I mean, I wouldn't have to break it down to slap clinging shadows on it. I'm just wondering, like, how long between... Because I know that, like, after making a certain, like, level of magic item, I am out of commission for a few days. As far as making more of them goes. I'm just wondering, like, how that would apply here.
Let me see.
Because the fireball thing, absolutely, like, I make one of those, I'm done for, like, 3 days.
Yeah, seriously, if you have to choose between Roland's or Zorus, do Zorus.
Well, that's the thing, is I have a much better idea in mind. It's just going to take me a second.
These would both be considered uncommon. So I would say that you can get both of these done without exceeding your cooldown.
Even the necklace of fireball? Or the wraps of fireballs?
That's a good point. I would say that the
one
necklace
will probably be longer, but I have it.
the necklace would have to be its own day. I would say you can get maybe a batch of arrows of Clinging Shadows done in one day, and it would have to have a day's worth of cooldown, and then the fireball could be its own day.
Got it.
And just to specify, if you want to break anything down, you can also do that time period as well, because you guys were talking about the settings.
Got it. I know
Okay.
exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is... Oh, yeah, I do want to talk to Roland about breaking down that setting stone and trying to make more.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so do you mind if I see that setting stone?
Sure. Throws over to James.
Alright, I will head to my workshop and get to work. That is the first thing I'm going to do, is try to break that down.
And while he's doing that, Roland's going to take some time to craft more alchemy fire arrows.
Okay. We'll start with you, James.
Okay.
As you know, it takes about an hour-long ritual to break down items when you're absorbing their enchantments.
Yes.
This one feels different. By minute 30 of you analyzing it, there's this presence in your mind.
Use your
And
words, please.
Your concentration breaks as you take 15 points of psychic damage, and the item just drops from your hands.
All right, giving up on that then. Not about to keep. I've learned my lesson the first time. Not about to keep subjecting myself to banging my head against a wall.
Well, Spit's just over there, like, the hell just happened?
Well, it did not want to cooperate with me. Ooh. Oh wait, shit! I forgot. I also bought the headband of intelligence, so I could slap that on and attune to it.
Okay. You see Spit just kind of just poking it just to make sure, like, that he's just kind of just tapping it just to make sure it's not just anyone who, anyone who touches it takes damage.
Well, does he take any damage? Is he good?
No, like he's holding it. He seems fine. You see him go.
I don't try and do my thing on it, but I'm gonna try holding it.
You try what?
Holding the sending stone, but not using my breakdown thing on it.
Seems fine.
Okay, so that is interesting.
Should we test it?
Yes. I would like to test it. I have an idea.
Who do we message? Well, message me then.
I take the sending stone and I am going to use sending to contact Joseph Ardell.
Double checking my notes.
That's the guy who inducted me into the Kumon.
Oh, okay. What
Ring,
do you
ring,
say?
Ring, ring.
Well, you have to say like 25 would respond.
Yes. Shit, I'm trying to think of what I would craft to send to him. I mean, I thought this worked a little differently than
Yeah,
because the one between me and Stephen lasted a bit.
That's
or did we
because
just keep using it back and forth?
I was very inconsistent with that back then because I forgot the rules of sending in that episode.
That's fine. So then, in this case, I will send to him. This is James Hargrove. For all intents and purposes, consider me deceased. Consult Gaius Trevelyan. Send.
It takes a moment, and you do hear a reply. James, so good to hear your voice. I suppose rumors of your valiant and unfortunate demise have been exaggerated. I hope this does not mean that you're trying to leave arrangements.
I shoot him another sending.
Funny, it's the stone usually only works once a day. And usually when it's used up, there's a dull coloration to it. The dull coloration hasn't happened yet.
Okay. I use it again. I say, arrangement is still on. My agent in these affairs will be Gaius Trevelyan. Consult them.
You have 10 more words to use if you wish to.
They want your services for a job.
Yeah.
Send.
Okay, I'm just cutting his reply. Send him over. And that's it.
Cool.
On that note, James gets to work on crafting some items. The first thing he's gonna do is work on Zorus's hand wraps.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana. Let's see if I remember correctly. Yeah, first it's an Arcana check to just a bit of R&D.
Okay, I will do an Arcana check. That is a 16.
16. Okay.
What I miss?
The stone did not like what James did, but seems as though it can now be used more than.
Yeah.
You said you got 16?
16, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I would say through the spending about... Because you've done this before with the necklace. This only costs about 200 gold worth of components and research before you get...
Oh, I wasn't gonna do Fireball on it.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
On each one of the wraps, I am going to be slapping down the spell Chromatic Orb.
Oh.
Because I'm going to build him something for Fireball. And it's going to be great.
Thomas, it's gonna be big.
Is this to work with melee attacks?
Yes, it is modified so that each hand wrap gets 1 charge a day.
Okay, because that's a range attack being to...
If you want, you can cut down the damage since it's not a range.
What if it was just burning hands?
Yeah, that'd be great if James did that spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burning hands is great. One day I'll get to use that as Merrick.
Let me triple check something.
I mean, because additionally, we're also modifying Fireball for a melee.
Well, Fireball is an AoE. It's not a range attack. So I would say that. Okay, then in that case, the DC would have been a little bit higher. I would say you spend 200 components in research material. Roll me another Arcana check if you want to, because you don't have the answer just yet.
23.
Okay, I was about to ask if you've modified your intelligence accordingly.
Oh, I modified it the first time.
Awesome. Okay.
I just happened to roll
23.
low.
Yeah. Now you're beginning to figure it out. It will reduce the damage slightly to about. Let's see.
It's 3d8 vanilla.
Yeah, it's 3d8. So.
And it has a range of 90 feet.
I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do. Is 2d6 too much or?
Let's. You want to use Shocking Grasp as a foundation?
How much is Shocking Grasp?
Getting that now?
Because that scales up.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just using like.
You know what? We'll call it 1d8 for now.
Yeah. Shocking Grasp is 1d8 on a.
So
touch.
we'll say that for now it does an extra d8 of any elemental damage that Zorus deems, and it recharges at the beginning of each day.
So now you have some hand wraps that do 1d8.
Awesome.
On top of what you already do, and that's for each hand, so that means you essentially get 2 charges
Yeah,
a day.
each charge has. This is only once a day, so. But I will say.
I know, but it's on each wrap, so that means one hand wrap, boom, lightning, other hand wrap, boom, acid.
I'm saying because this is like essentially a release on contact. You can't decide to use this after you've confirmed your hit.
Okay.
Kind of like a Paladin Smite.
Yeah, so that it's not a lot of damage, but it's not damage that you can waste.
And then since that took me some time, but it's a low level spell and it's not going to cost me that much. I'll get to work on the Clinging Shadows arrows.
Okay.
How many did you give me?
Awesome, so cool.
I just gave you the one, but I.
He has time.
Let's say 3 arrows.
I'll say with the nature of the enchantments, you can probably. I'd say you can probably wrap in there about 8.
So
I'm sorry, what?
do 8 arrows?
Yeah, I'd say you can probably make 8 arrows of clean.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
but that's if he wants me to, though.
I was thinking like 3 arrows would be cool, but why kneecap myself with options? I'm obsessed with like trying to balance myself, but yeah, Red's gonna hit us with weird shit. Let's go 8.
All right. Arcana check. That is a 21.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is actually
It's a
lot.
spell I'm super familiar with.
Oh yeah, super familiar with. So the DC is actually going. It's easier. This time let's see. Yeah, this one's actually only going to be 200 gold because it's a first level spell. Super.
It's actually a second level spell.
Covers...
Oh, it's second level.
Yeah.
But
it's a non-com.
Yeah, non-com, and also you're doing it.
Yeah, and it can only be used in darkness as well. So if you use the arrows, you're gonna have to shoot into a spot that's dark. It's not gonna be like I can fire it into a guy. Like you have to hit a shadow and it activates.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be like a
no
entanglement thing where I can hit a guy in shadows.
It is not. You'd have to aim for his shadow or the darkness around him.
That's good to know. Thank you for warning me about that.
Also, what is your?
Oh, sorry.
What is James's DC?
James's DC?
Yes.
As of right now, because I remember that's what we discussed. As of right now, my DC is a 16. So if the arrows hit, they'd have to beat a 16.
16?
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes. The 16. The DC for those arrows is 16.
Yeah. That'd be the same for the fireball thing that I'm making for you.
So because I know you have to go to bed soon, if it's okay, I'd like to take a break from James and just quickly handle what he's doing.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, quick thing. How much gold did that cost James? Because Lauren's covering that.
Oh, that costs him 300 gold.
Okay.
Okay. So you said you're tinkering with some alchemy arrows?
Yeah, just getting a few more done before bed.
Okay. That case, make what did we say this was? A dexterity check?
Alchemy tools, because I'm proficient with those.
Okay, then yeah, we'll with your alchemy tools.
So that'd be D20 plus proficiency plus what else?
I think dex is what we decided.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Natural 1.
Ooh. Yeah.
Whoops. Well, I guess there goes that last vial of alchemy.
The vial is wasted, as well as I'm going to say you also waste about 200 gold material.
Does Roland possibly need alchemy fire?
Funny thing, I think I'm out. I was looking at acid, so that's unfortunate for Roland.
Oh, even worse. You actually, in that case,
I thought my acid was alchemy fire. I'll take that excuse because I already rolled.
As you burn yourself with acid, you take 12 points of acid damage.
Ow.
So if you do need alchemy fire, I have 13 vials.
What the fuck?
Roland slowly turns to look at us. Might I have some, please?
How many do you want?
Yes.
I give you 7.
Go ahead and roll another alchemy check.
Hold on.
I bought 20 in one go, and I thought I would use them, and I never did.
Man, that's modern shopping right there.
That's Red with the majority of his camera equipment.
Hey, just because I bought a plugin for After Effects that deforming clothes and I've never used it and it cost $, doesn't mean that it was a wasted purchase.
Let's use a different dye. Oh my god. Red, remember that green dye that I bought back in Anime Boston all those years ago?
Yeah.
Not 20.
Yep. Alright, so 7 vials, I'll say you're able to get 14 arrows from this.
Noise. Let me just up my, so that's, holy crap. I have 20 arrows of alchemy
The
fire.
power of
Okay.
unneeded purchases.
Also, you notice that as you're walking, there's a knock at your gates.
Olin has like a window that looks down at the gates, right?
Sure.
Sure. Olin looks down, who is it? Do I need to roll perception?
Seeing as you guys, your rooms are over here, and the gates are over here.
I'm not seeing anything on the map.
Okay.
Are you in the wrong layer?
No. Oh yeah, I'm on this. Actually, never mind, because I got that wrong anyway. So yeah, I'll say yes. You do see who's knocking.
Mm-hmm.
It is Kindle, the Fire Genasi member of the council.
Hello there. How can I help you?
Who did it?
Did what?
It, whatever it is. Open the door.
I'm scared. Why?
Open the door.
Olin opens the door.
Okay. My instruments received some kind of strange spike over here. What did you guys do?
I spilled acid. I mean, all I know is he's just like, what instruments?
I have instruments that detect unusual magic in the city in case anyone tries any funny business.
Oh,
And we got
James.
us.
This way.
So,
Roland's sending is not going to lead her to the shop because Roland just assumes James has some stuff up there that might not necessarily be some stuff he might not be ready to share to the outside world. So he's just going to send a message. Hey, James Kindle's here looking to figure out what the hell just happened. Apparently there was some sort of magical spike. You know anything about that?
That may have been, me.
What? Yeah, she might want to talk to you real quick.
Understood. Let me clean up, the shop.
She'll be in the dining hall. See her when you get back. You know, when you get up here. Or do you want me to lead her down to your place?
Yeah, just bring it on down. I've got everything cleaned up.
Josh, into the woods.
Shut up.
No, I approve.
Wait, what? What happened?
Agony, far more painful than you.
How did I miss that?
Agony far more painful than yours. Anyway.
Nice pipes, dude. Anyway.
Play boy next time.
Quoting you from last episode, guys, I play D&D to get away from my real life. I don't want to play myself. You would make a good bard, though, Josh.
I have never played a bard before, so I'll have to try it.
But
So a one-shot is what I mean.
Yes.
Kindle comes down to your labs, looks around. Oh, this is cool.
Yes, it's a quite cozy. What's going on?
My instruments saw something go hickey. I'm here to just.
Is that the academic term for it?
No, I don't care to learn it. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell. And I sort of look at the. Let's see, what was it called? The
Sending stone?
Yeah, the sending stone just goes. What's that?
Oh, that's a thing that we appropriated from some bad guys. It's a sending stone that is modified to be better than a normal sending stone.
Can I look at it?
Depends. It's mine.
Can you
I don't
promise
say-
not to break it?
Depends if you haven't broken it already.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I haven't. It allowed me to use it more than once, so...
Wait, really?
I'm gonna want to take a look at it.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at it.
Yeah. She grabs it, and those.
Oh, by the way, Roland, your arrows.
Oh, wow, yeah. I had the ebony tip that the spell has on him now. Like, look really cool.
The ring flashes and her eyes go white.
Oh god, it's an exorcist situation. Alright.
Time to kill everyone in this place.
Slowly her eyes return to normal. She just sort of nods her head. She motions for one of you to take the orb.
Roland does so.
Yeah, the stone.
Okay, I was about to say, it's not it's like a pink crystal is what you described.
Who said that they were taking it?
I mean, it's Roland, so...
Yeah.
Okay, puts in your hands, goes, gross, and wipes her hand on your shoulder.
The one with the sleeve or the one without the sleeve?
The sleeve.
Thank you. Also, why ew or gross or whichever?
You got a kidney stone of an old one.
That's pretty...
Could you...
Yeah, you've been walking around with a fragment before.
Neat. Why does it have to be the kidney stone of Cthulhu?
I know it's like Cthulhu.
I know. I'm just being a smartass.
As James is like literally just still dry heaving over the...
I am super happy I always wear gloves.
Oh, I touched that with my bare hands.
Relax, this thing's probably thousands of years old.
I know, but the magic is so disgusting.
So this thing's a fragment of the foregone. I've been walking around with this thing in my pockets.
Oh yeah.
It came out of Ancient One's urethra.
Holy... Wait, why would they give this to, like, a lesser agent, then?
I don't think they knew what they had.
Probably wasn't. Sometimes... Here's the thing. Old ones are shapeless and just amorphous. Sometimes stuff falls off of them that they don't even... That's just so nothing to them that they don't even really care.
No, I meant more like the... Okay, so we got it from a guy who... I told you about my brother, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I was
so it was his, because House Carnell gave it to him, so there's no way that Stephen would not know what the hell he had. I know that Philip wouldn't know what he had, because he's not versed in the Arcanum.
I wouldn't say that. There's a heavy misconception that fragments weapons, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just a very rare, powerful magic item. That's how most of them get handed down throughout history. There's actually very minimal. What's one looking? There's a very minimal actual archival system of these weapons.
But you're working on that, right?
Yeah, of course I'm working on that. That's why we were able to identify that the ivory clasp was even.
Oh, right. I forgot to ask. How did that mission go, by the way?
Oh, it went great. Your buddy Kaz fireballed the group like 6 times. It was hilarious.
Oh, it sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, I gotta say, between you and Kaz, you are definitely the people person. Kaz, he's got some rough edges, but he's a good boy.
He was also arrested by Clue March.
Oh yeah, that happened too.
Was it for drug possession?
No.
Should have been.
No, of course not.
Absolutely. What are we? No. Probably though.
Don't worry, I don't care. Not my department.
Misuse of magic in.
Reckless use of magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They teach you that at Suentus.
Yes, it's part of magic law. Did he seriously not take magic law?
He might have fireballed Clue March twice.
What? How am I just learning of this now?
This is so much funnier because Walker did it.
Don't worry, he's not in jail.
He paid a fine. We talked it out.
Oh my. Okay. How much was the fine?
Like what? 300 gold.
I think it was.
150.
Yeah, it was 150.
Yeah, 150. The usual. Well, 300.
Too much initially gave him. He initially gave him a warning that's why he lowered the price, and then
that escalated when he challenged him to trial by combat.
Yep. It escalated when he did trial by combat, and then escalated again when he.
20 fireball quick march.
Yeah, it's only because Roland got a check
since
that they lowered the price.
Since Storm has to go to bed soon, I would like to just go ahead and wrap the last of James's activities, so we can get to him, get to Zorus and Roland if they have anything else they want to do.
Sure thing. Go ahead and roll your final Arcana check.
All right, for the fireball thingy.
What is for my reference so I can set the what are you?
I am making a set of ornaments that would attach to Zorus's wings, and basically when they are clapped together, fireball.
Oh my god, that's badass!
Ooh.
Like when he like flaps his wings and the tips touch, he like whirlwinds a fireball.
Only when they collide will it make a fireball. That is the essential command structure for it.
Imagine I accidentally do it and my room just blows up.
That's why you take off your earrings before you go to bed, Josh.
I imagine it's similar, like you have to do with enough for, like for example, create a spark.
Yes. So essentially, how this would work in combat is if he's up in the melee and wants to like set it off around himself, he just slams his wings together and boom, explosion.
Fair enough.
That's like the thunderclap.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. So these would be sort of small devices. So yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. 24.
24. Okay.
This is not my first time working a magic item into a fireball.
Oh yeah. So because of that aspect, the DC is lower, but because the item is particularly small, like bigger items are a bit easier because you have more room to work with. Small items a bit more fine work, but you still manage to figure out just what you want and just how to get it to work. So I'll say that costs you, let's see, 260 gold.
Okay, 260. Got it. So yeah, that is all the magic items I had to make. If there's anything that y'all wanted to do, yeah, go for it.
Olin just has one last thing, well, two things.
By the way, but by this point, you all pick up your magic items that you commissioned.
Oh, cool. Well, in that case, Olin gives Kaz his new Scroll of Mind Spike.
Kaz will spend some time, probably during or before next session, transcribing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really useful spell. If you hit someone with it, they take some psychic damage, and if they try to hide from you, you know where they are.
Kaz, as you know,
Kaz is gonna abuse the shit out of that.
Also, this is...
It might come in handy if you fight some rogues that like the Daggers of Night.
Also, for Kaz's knowledge, a spell like this is only a recent, so this is some impressive stuff.
Nice.
With that said, has Roland ever been to Penkarth, or was that out of his way back in his heyday?
Roll me a history check.
Okay, that's a good start. Go away, antivirus warning. I don't believe you. 21.
21? It's primarily a pirate port. It's where you met Feldon, because there's plenty of fences there.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. You know that the place is notoriously city, particularly this one section, the Cloven Home. It's where most people of the unsavory variety go to do business, and a lot of pirates make their port there.
Okay. And is there any way for me to buy any maps of the sewer system in there?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay. In that case, wait, can I just see your world map again? Do you have that on standby?
Do I have that on standby? Okay, yeah.
It's in the pinned messages.
Oh, it is?
It is, we're here anyway.
Okay.
Okay, Penkoth. Where is... Oh,
Far
boy.
left.
That's not what I was looking for. Oof. Massive, big oof.
It's about a 3-day journey.
Ah, boy. Roland is gonna talk to Zorus.
Oh.
Hey, like, just knock on his door. Do you have a minute?
Yes. I think, yeah.
I have a question
Zorus was
about...
trying on his new wig thing.
Wait a minute.
Zorus, I want to ask you a question about the Temple of Solele.
Okay.
What does it take for someone to join the monastery?
Red, what does it take for someone to join the monastery?
It varies. Usually a master will meet with the person, sort of judge them. Sometimes all it takes is that they're interested in love. But other times that's not enough and they have to prove themselves. You know that the masters will interview people interested, mostly just to judge their character. They don't want to teach their skills to the wrong kind of people.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
But you do notice that this kind of interview process was absent for you.
Yeah. Sometimes masters will just choose people to interview, or maybe you show a lot of interest towards it all, towards the stuff we do. And they don't always interview people for if you show enough interest. Sometimes it's more to get a view of who you are as a person, kind of like your character, I guess.
Okay.
I didn't really have any of that though. I don't know what happened. Anyway.
I'm guessing your master saw your natural aptitude or saw something special about you.
My utmost charisma.
Roll a history check.
18.
Okay. You haven't done any business with Solele particular monastery, though in your research, most temples like this usually have some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Tuition. It doesn't seem as though Zorus has mentioned it. You're not sure if that means that this school doesn't have that system, or if Zorus was just never asked to pay one.
I'm asking because with everything that's happened, I want my daughter to join the Solele monks, learn to defend herself.
Oh,
Especially if this vampire stuff comes down on us. What you can do with your sunbolts, it weakens them and it hurts them more than anything I can throw at them.
yeah.
And if the daggers of night come after her again, what's a better defense than an army of monks?
Yeah, I mean, that's really fair. We'll figure something out. I could probably give a good recommendation.
Thank you. If there's any tuition that needs to be paid, I've saved up quite a bit over my life. My only concern is getting from Penkoth to Solele, though, on the opposite ends of the country almost. So I don't know if you have any qualms about going back home.
I want to go home so bad.
Then, here's my plan. Here's my plan. We go to Penkoth, which is a pirate city. We save my daughter.
Okay.
And then we steal a pirate ship and sail onto Solele like there's no mañana.
I love how I say, "Oh, I want to go home," and you're like, "We should steal a pirate ship."
I am so happy with this.
I'm saying that because it's a long way to Solele, and we can make it even shorter with the sailing vessel if we have the wind. But if you prefer, we can just grab my daughter and book it on foot to Soleil.
Whatever makes you the happiest. If you really want to steal a pirate ship,
it's not about me being happy. I just want to get my daughter back before the eclipse. I know I've been kind of demanding with this group a little bit with the urgency of my call, and I want to be as accommodating as I can to everyone. I just want to make sure my daughter's safe, drop her off at monk school, and then make sure everyone else, if you have anything that I can do with my services to repay you guys for helping me save her, that's all I'm looking for.
I mean, I'm still on the lookout for love. I mean,
I'll put in a word with my daughter.
No.
I'm teasing, Zoris. I'm teasing.
We'll figure things out. We got this. We're like the best team ever. Of course we got this. I don't know why I'm so worried about anything ever. Let's go.
Oh yeah. So Roland revisits one of his slideshows with Zoris and Roland just tied in the claws of the Glabrezu, both of them screaming bloody murder. We're
Best
fine.
team ever.
We're fine.
That is no lie one of my favorite camp. Just you two trapped in the closet.
That was
We've got him just where we want him.
I like to imagine like Zoris just flying over and the claw. Like, oh no. The two Dex builds get trapped. I love that moment so much.
Red.
Yes.
In this exact moment, I need to know. While looking at Roland, how long and how high could I carry him in the air?
Let me check your sheet.
How good's your strength? I mean, Roland's a tall guy, but he's pretty lean.
Yeah, my strength's not great.
Okay. I'd say you could probably carry him about 10 feet in the air.
Never mind then.
I will say,
I can show you though.
I mean, if you have any intentions to carry me up, I'm out of second level, so I don't have Misty Step. Please don't drop me.
I would like to say that Roland definitely just saw Zoris look him up and down.
Saying that,
in your experience, that usually means, is this guy carrying anything? Or
Roland just bluntly says, I mean, I'll be real, you can take me. In a one-on-one fight, you got me.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I wanted to search for one of the council members, maybe, but I have bad eyesight, and you have good eyesight.
Which one?
Any of them. No, a nice one.
Ah.
so that rules out Kindle.
Is she still? The charge on the stone's gone at this point. It's only a 2-day use now, correct?
I'm sorry, one more time?
The stone, it's only a 2-day charge now?
James used it twice a day. I never said that it was done.
Does it look like it has
multiple uses.
Yeah, but the minimum is not 2. It has one more charge left.
Okay. Roland, which one do you want to talk to?
Matthew.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew, Zoris wants to hang out and talk. Where can he meet you?
There's a moment it was like, oh, I love this item. I love this item so much. Why do I just come over?
Yeah.
Cool. Roland, knowing it no longer works, just goes, sure thing. He says he'll be on his way.
Awesome. All right.
Actually, with that, I'm going to hit the road, look through the city a little bit, just run some drills for myself, roof hopping, stealthing, just keep my skills sharp. And that is my excuse for why Roland's unavailable for the rest of this.
As you head downstairs to do your little routine, you find a small package and a letter on the dining hall.
Mm-hmm.
The letter seems to be addressed to the party.
Oh no.
I'll check it for traps.
Go ahead.
Let me get my dice back out.
It's not trapped.
Cool.
It's sealed with a fireball.
I really wanted a 1, but I didn't, because that's just a 16. Damn my amazing skill and prodigy feats.
Cuss my special eyes.
My brand. Is it my brand? I open it.
You open the box, and it's the device that was made for Zorus's wings.
And the hand wraps.
And the hand wraps. Thank you.
Olin wraps them back up, not wanting to spoil the surprise for Zorus. And just opens up the letter just to see what James has to say.
What does the letter say?
To whom it may concern. Greetings and salutations, former friends. I must bid you all farewell.
Formal.
For quite some time, it feels as if the paths of our group's objectives, as well as my own, have not been aligning. The only times it seems that we have ever pursued anything that has truly been of import to myself is when we worked to assist Ginny in Wyshard. For the rest of the time, we have pursued deadbeat leads for petty sums, as Damon has requested. We have hunted down the murderer of some old woman, who, for God's sake, I can't understand why we did that for Aki. We have met with people and run down leads to find Roland's daughter and hunt down the people who murdered him, and we have essentially been meeting with people of Zorus's past and trying to figure out that bag of mysteries. But
Comes by love, yes.
What a bag of mystery it is.
not once have we worked towards the goals of achieving the academic decorum that I wished, getting my professor certification. We have not pursued any chances at alchemical proctoring or further betterment of the healing practices of mankind, nor have we really hunted down any leads for vampires if it didn't directly result in someone being inflicted with vampirism. With exception of the group buying in and saying that they would assist me with the conflicts I'm having with House Carnell, that is the most that this group has weighed in on assisting me. And I feel I've given a lot and received not enough in return. So I will be taking my talents elsewhere, pursuing the vampiric clans and seeing if they can assist me in the fight to come. I wish you all the best of luck, and of course you have cars to fill this spellcaster slot that you all find yourselves without now. But I must say I don't feel I can trust any of you anymore after the revelations that have been brought to my attention, and with the circumstances by which I found my end. Farewell. And it just is addressed James Silas Hargrove, Westcott III.
Roland folds over the letter, puts it back in, and goes about his business.
Okay. And with that, we end this session.
By the way, when you step outside, the Blood of Dawn card is gone.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What?
When you step
Blood of
outside, the
Dawn
Blood
is
of
gone.
Dawn is gone.
Yeah. Okay.
And you do see.
I assume we still have Kingslayer.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I do. One thing you do notice is Spit is sort of just looking off in the direction of the gate.
He took off?
I assume you read the letter.
Yeah. He can take care of it himself. if he does need us to help him out, I hope he realizes that we are here for him. Even if we didn't actively hunt down everything, there's a lot of us here. We all can't just focus fire on one thing at a time, though I suppose he'd call me the popcorn to kill black right now.
It's not your fault. We're not all as smart as us. Not much you can do, and not much in the way the party can do and help when this is a brain matter. But it is good to... What?
Wait, you're cutting up for me.
You're cutting in and
what
out.
matter?
Testing 1 2. Test 1 2.
You're good now.
Okay.
This is a what matter?
This is a intellectual matter. Not much that the rest of the party can do in methods of science.
I kind of feel like if he let us see his notes, we could have helped out. I mean, but what can you do? James is a big boy. He can handle his own affairs. And if he needs help, well, he knows where to find us. It's not like we'll charge him or anything. You gonna be okay, Spit? I know you and he were pretty close.
What do you think of James?
To put kindly conflicted. He's definitely a clever lad, and he's got talent. But he's fairly arrogant and, well, has the same flaw that I see in a lot of nobles or those who strive for it. And that is a special kind of blindness, but I hope to see him overcome that. He definitely has a outgoing nature. I give him that. But trusting vampires and this whole pursuits,
it's dangerous, yes.
It can come back to bite him if he's not careful.
He'll be careful.
For his sake, I hope so. We went through a lot of effort to bring him back to life. It'd be a shame for him to get himself killed.
Spit just nods and just looks at the open gates.
Roland goes out to do his shit. His little...
Alright, and that's where we're going to end the session tonight. It's getting pretty late, and that was a bit of a heavy end. I'm sorry, everyone.
I am very upset.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
James is.
No, he's not.
We all get to level 20 to find out James became the big bad guy.
He's become a master vampire lord. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. This honestly more lighthearted session there until the end. Thank you for stopping by for the session, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
To be honest, we don't see them.
Yeah, I can see them. Bye.